Can you hear us?
Yes.
We don't see you.
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Let's see. Camera is on.
There you are.
Oh, there I am.
All right.
I had to go in the
Success.
backyard to get service.
Huh.
Okay. Our producer today, Robert Rohan, are we on? Yes, we are. On the air. We're in broadcast.
We're
Hi,
on
guys.
the
Thank you
air.
for joining
Hello.
us today. We're a little late because we've had technical difficulties. Yes, that's right. But we're here. Julianne, do you want to
Yay.
introduce our guest?
We're old. Everything's
All right.
technical difficulties.
That's right.
This is the world famous Anthony Orifichet. Anthony and I have known each other since I got paralyzed, so we're talking 30 years or more. Anthony is extremely active in the community. He used to be part owner of Extreme Medical, for those of you who go back that far with us.
Yes.
Oh,
And now is helping the Abilities Expo to get the word out about all the new things that are going on with the Abilities Expo and the concurrent conference going on with that. So since he is just moving through the skies with this, we thought we'd have him on and he can fill us in and our audience in on what's going on with the Abilities Expo. Anthony.
great.
Yes. Well, great to see
Welcome.
everybody.
Thank
All of
you.
us.
Yes.
I hope this is going to replay, right? Because it's just us right now.
Yeah. It's just a.
Yeah. It will.
Very cool.
Also, yeah, well, let's do our brief little introduction so everybody knows who we are, and then we'll let him get the show going. Okay, I'm Michelle Altamirano, and I am one of the Golden Oldies here. I am 36 years post-injury, C6-7 injury, and I've known Anthony forever. He's been around. He's owned 2 or 3 different companies, and he's everywhere. He's ubiquitous. He's all over. All right. Good to see you guys.
You too.
I'm Ellen Stoll. I am 40. I'm the oldest of the oldies, I think. I'm 43 years post-injury, C8T1, C5678T1 incomplete quadriplegic. I've known Anthony. Well, let us know how long he's been in here, but I think I've known Anthony as long as a long time, way back in the day when I was young and single and going to the expo. And I want Anthony to convince me why I should go over the hill to Long Beach.
Yeah.
All right.
What are they gonna be? What's gonna be new and fresh and enticing?
Exactly.
Welcome everybody. I'm proud to be here because when I got hurt, it was 32 years ago, Ellen, that we met. You know, and also with Michelle and Julianne too. Yeah, all you guys. It's crazy. I got to meet all you guys, and also Jeanette. You know, I met her. All 4 of you guys. This is like a family. That's when people say, oh, it's like a family. When Andrew says from Triumph, it's for like a family. We are, because we all, even though we see each other, I haven't seen Ellen in a while, and it's like you can catch right up. It's we're right back to where we were, and it's kind of cool because we've gone through some crazy things and we've accomplished a lot. And I know for me, I didn't want to go to the Abilities Expo when I first got hurt. And it was 2 months after I got out of the hospital and I was 19 years old. And all the therapists kept saying, oh, it's the greatest thing. Bring your family or your family's going to bring you and you're going to have fun. And I did not want to see people in wheelchairs. I did not want to be in my wheelchair and I didn't want to go. But my mom and dad did what the therapist said and they brought me there. And, we were all shocked. I think, my mom and dad and, just seeing this, it blew me away. I didn't really see. I mean, obviously before my accident, I saw people in wheelchairs, but didn't really know it was from like accidents. I didn't really have anybody that I talked to, so I didn't know why they were like that, And so all of a sudden, when you're in this big building, the convention center is huge. Like, so it's not like we're in a little room and we're in a huge convention center.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you see people in wheelchairs everywhere, and I was like, what in the world? And oh no, Dash, they're not. Dash wanted to say hi. Dash. He said,
Hi,
Where
Dash.
did all these people come from?
Dash. So, sorry, my boxer annoying. Keep me here. You know what? So I didn't want to go to the Abilities Expo, and that was, like I said, 32 years ago. But I did go. I'm so glad the therapists were on my parents about taking me. And I remember I tell this story a lot in our meetings that we do, and I go, I rolled in, and I'm a paraplegic. I'm a T4, 5, 6 paraplegic, so I can move my fingers. I can push a wheelchair. So, but I thought that was limitations. I thought I was limited. And so when I rolled in there, and I remember the first person he was probably 8 years old, little guy in a wheelchair, and he had no arms, he had no legs, and he was on a ventilator. And I was like, and he was smiling. And so it just blew me
Yeah.
away because I thought my life was over. And what can I say? That's why when people say you don't know till you have your own kid, it's like you don't know till you go to the
Yeah.
Abilities Expo and like see others. Just so if you haven't gone, you have to go. And I remember we have Rob who runs our Live to Roll. He's one of our old schoolers, 50 years in a chair, 52 years I think
Yeah.
in a chair. And I
Wow.
remember I met him, I think it was 8 years ago. And I said, "Oh man, you're going to be so mad, Rob, because there's this thing called the Abilities Expo and he didn't know about it." And I go, "You've never gone your
Oh.
whole life." And I go, "Man, I want you to come because it's going to change your life, but you're going to be mad because of all the stuff that you could have
You.
learned the easier way."
Yeah.
And when he came, it was exactly that same way. He came,
Mm-hmm.
he was shocked. He was shocked, and he had more time in a chair than all of us. And now
Yeah.
he's like a die-hard, making sure that
Oh,
everybody knows about the expo, and just even me, and I know all of us here. Like when I go, I can't even see everything that's there.
no.
You try to go
Yeah.
to all the booths. I try to go to every booth, but for some reason I don't see everything still because people will say, "Did you see this chair? Did you talk to this or see about this new device?" And so everything there at the Abilities Expo is to make us more independent.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen quadriplegics make a piece because they couldn't air up their own tire. Now they have air going in their tires at all times. Like,
Yeah.
so it's all about, people thinking and they want to make it better for themselves, but then it's making it better for all of us because we're all having these situations. So I've seen a lot of
One thing.
people. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Let's say one thing to keep in mind. 30 years ago, this was new and overwhelming. There was no internet. There was no Google
Yeah.
this. There's no Ask Chat
Oh,
GPT.
no.
Nothing.
There
So
was
we only knew what we experienced when we were in rehab or when we met other people. But it was like very overwhelming, and you're like, gosh, never knew so much
Yeah.
existed. And now with technology and the improvements, and now there's a whole other slew of equipment and items and groups and all of that we never had before.
And every year we're adding something new and it's growing and growing. They've really made the workshops and the special events, those are growing like crazy. Now you can go to abilities.com and see what's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can see the names of all the vendors. And then if you click on the vendor's name, it'll tell you who they are and what they do. But look at the schedule for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, it's really amazing. In fact, I think I can pull up some of the cool and groovy stuff we've got going on. Um, but abilities.com is a great resource for all the time, but especially when you're deciding which day. Because in our community, right, we don't say if you're going to the Abilities Expo, you're going, which days are you going? Because
Where you
it's
going?
a social thing for us, right?
It is. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You run into people you haven't seen in a long time. And I've been doing support groups since 1992. And it's
Hmm.
awesome because sometimes I run into people that I met 20, 25 years ago for the first time at the expo again. And
Yeah.
it's incredible. It's such an amazing feeling to see how this particular person has come along. They were 18 when they were first injured, and now, wow, They're all grown up and they've got their life together and they're doing this and that and all of that. So it really is great to run into people like that.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. It's the 20 March 27, 28, 29. It's
Yeah.
always Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this time it's at the Long Beach Convention Center, which if you go back far enough, as I do, you remember we used to do the show there and I loved it. It's a nice space, don't you think so, Anthony?
Oh, I loved it. I did. I think it was 25 years ago, and we used to go there.
Yeah.
And I tell people, I was telling a therapist, I go, yeah, there's a yard house right across the street that it just opened, and I go, they used
Yeah.
to sell yard beers, and I go, this new generation, they don't get yard beers because of us.
No.
You guys
Yeah.
will get like little 3-inch beers now.
You don't
Not
do
the
yard beers anymore?
Yard beers are
So
Yard
why the
beers
change
are
in
like-
venue, guys? So people know why the change in venue.
There are a couple reasons. There because of the upcoming Olympics, the convention center, the regular LA Convention Center, was talking about doing big renovations. But at the time that Abilities had to rebook the venue, they were like, we might not, we might not. And we've been through it enough times. We know how awful it is when you're trying to get there and there's construction.
Yes.
So the team, I think very wisely, decided to go to Long Beach. And yes, they are doing construction. And it turns out that the Saturday of the show is going to be all No King's Day. So
Oh.
can you
Yeah.
imagine being in downtown LA for No King's Day? I think Long Beach will be a little more mellow.
Yeah.
So anyway, Abilities Expo, good call on the venue change.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the parking's going to be a lot cheaper, because wasn't it usually like 40 something, like $40 I thought or something, right? At LA?
Yeah, I think LA it's just gotten higher each
Crazy.
year, and I think
It's
I know.
and there's nowhere to park on the streets that's really safe or accessible when you try to
Yeah.
save the parking, and then often it's
Yeah.
full and you can't get a spot that's I mean, I hope Long Beach is better prepared for the fact that people need extra room to get in and out of their cars, because that's
They do. I found out before we did this that they're taking a floor of the parking garage and they're coning it off so that to make it a 2 parking space
Yeah.
for handicap.
right.
So that's what they did
How can
before.
we
It worked.
find out the clearance of the parking garage? How can we find that out?
Oh, that's
Excellent.
right.
Excellent question.
Yeah.
And I asked Debbie, our production manager, while she was telling me about the other parking spots. And she said, well, it's big enough for the full-size catering vans to get in.
dang.
But what I would say is send it in, go to the website and send it in a note on the chat, and then you'll have it in
Okay.
writing. They'll answer you in writing.
Well, I will do that because I've had an issue with parking my van and trying to get into parking structures, and my husband said I'm no longer allowed to park in parking structures.
I don't
Well,
blame him.
even if they tell you it's that big, it might be smaller. Yay!
No, it does. It
Yeah.
gets sometimes smaller as you're driving through. So yeah. Okay, very cool.
Very
So the
nice.
parking, just so everybody knows, is only $15 this year. So that's a huge,
Okay,
huge
yeah,
savings. So
Yay.
good.
$15 Long Beach, and you'll be closer to the water. And I love it. I just think, we're going to be seeing that. We can look at the Queen Mary. I know Bobby does a roll right across the beach from right there, so it's very accessible. I used to it was funny because I used to help my friend before I got hurt jet ski race right there in the sand. So right there, right in front I used to hold him up and then I'd let him go, and it was right there in front of where we're going to be. So it's kind of
very nice.
cool and weird, to be in those areas that you used to walk all over and now you're rolling all over. But no, definitely, it's going to be. Obviously, it's the first year at this location, so we're going to have to, probably
Long time.
change a couple of things. But at least we already know, coming from the other expo, like we need parking spots, so we know that they're already going to do the two. Where
Yeah.
it took us a couple years before we did at the LA show, So
Yeah.
at least we're going to catch up to where we were, from LA,
Yeah.
Michelle, they said there's an open air lot, which I didn't remember from past years.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yay.
So yeah, really. So yeah,
All
go
right.
to
I
the
will.
go to abilities.com and ask them in the chat or the
I
Facebook
will.
page or whatever.
Perfect. Absolutely. Thanks. All right. So as Alan said, what what can you tell us that's going to make us drive to Long Beach from the Valley this year?
One of the things I'm excited about, because I'm a Wicked fan, is Marissa Bodie will be there. The
Okay.
I can't remember the character name right now, but the witch in the
This that.
wheelchair who's actually
Yes.
in the wheelchair. So you have to look at the schedule on the website, but I want to say it's around Friday at 3, but look at the schedule on the website and
She's
you
going
get
to be doing questions and answers on Saturday at 2:45
I wasn't even
Very
close,
cool. Nice.
but
for
thank you.
Wicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marissa. Yep.
Yeah. So that's just a personal one of mine. We're doing the Miss Wheelchair of California pageant and voting in the new one. That's Saturday at 4. I just remembered from 4 to 5. But I think the reason most people go is to see the latest and greatest stuff. And just in the last year, well, you guys know how much technology and robotics and AI is just growing super, super fast.
Yeah.
Um, so the new products are going to be amazing. And remember Runway of Dreams from New York?
Mm-hmm.
Fashion
Oh,
show? They'll
Yeah.
be in LA. So we're
oh,
we're actually going to have a fashion show, Michelle, like the old days.
oh, we. Yay.
Very cool.
Are you modeling, Julianne?
No, no, thank you very much. I am plenty busy. I was asked to do cosplay, but no, I haven't been asked to model. I think they've got their own gig. But there
Yeah.
will be, just because of that, there'll be more adaptive clothing focus than
Oh,
in
very,
past years, which I think is really neat.
very cool.
What
Yeah, and
else?
if you and I know if you need a ride there, that they're saying that butterfly. I know this is for only the locals right there. If you're within 12 miles of the convention right there, it's only $2. So butterfly is or yeah butterfly, right?
That's
Yeah, they're the
nice.
ones that would
Yeah.
be an accessible company that can pick people up in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And they do have yeah.
Nessa Rose. Thanks, Kay
That's
Laura.
the thing. Yay, Kalara.
Yay. That would have driven me crazy.
Kalara has all the info in the chat,
Oh,
which
cool.
is awesome.
8.2. That's
Yeah.
huge.
They gotta
Okay,
be
that's
young.
good.
They've got to be young.
You'll fit in there, right,
Yes,
Michelle?
that's good. Yes.
You better take a screenshot and show your
Perfect.
husband.
Yeah.
But if
It's
they
funny
have the
'cause-
open air lot too, that's good. I
Yeah.
mean, then you don't
Back
even
in-
have to stress about it.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when I used to, have my Hummer, that was my big bragging thing about, oh yeah, driving a Hummer. I was at UCLA talking about getting stuck in the parking structure. I went up like how Michelle said must get lowered. Like I went up, I was going up. By the time I got to the third spin, it's at a one way. My truck I was like, it like got stuck, and I was like, I didn't get stuck because I could back up, but I heard my truck, and so I had to
Oy.
back up three layers or 3 floors down. And this one guy in a wheelchair, after I met him, he was a fireman, and I was telling him my story, and he's like, "Man, all you had to do was let the air out of your tires, and you could have been
Gonna
fine."
say.
I'm like,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
bro, dude, I would have had to get out of my car, then I would have find how to find another pump. So, but yeah, it's funny because now I have a full size van. I'm not glorified in that thing, and I'm like you, Michelle. I have to worry, but mine, I'm about the same as a Hummer. As long as it's not 6 point, I could fit at Northridge at 6.9.
Yeah.
So you just have to know, like, if you do have a vehicle with a top, or just know these things.
Yeah.
You got to know it. Even for drive-throughs, I've seen some drive-throughs that, are old school sketchy. You're gonna lose something. So
Oh yeah.
be aware. Because
Absolutely.
Michelle, you said your husband won't let you go into the parking structure. So have you had some incidences that you could share with us?
I had an awful one in Sherman Oaks. And it's like, okay, usually the signs as you go in, they hit a little bit because they swing.
Right.
And then if you go through an area that has a little speed bump, and there's signs, or there's, I don't know, something happened in there because I used to go there all the time. And yeah, and then I got in and I'm trying to find a way out. And it's just this maze, and it just kept taking me further and further. It's like, and then there's a sign that says it drops down to 6'4" just
Oops.
before the exit. And I'm like, there is no way I can do that. And just hearing all the
So
grinding.
what did you do? You're a quad. You can't like pop out and let the air out of your
Yeah,
tires.
no. And I kind of blew off the, that third light on top of the van and back.
All right, so now I know
There
why
were-
your husband won't let you
There
go.
were little pieces of material all on top of my van. Oh my God, yes, it was bad. Yeah. And then, well, because I was going to take my friend to and celebrate her birthday at the Cheesecake Factory there, right? Well, we never
Oh
made
yeah. No.
we went to El Torito's and had big margaritas and laughed about it until I had to come home and tell my husband. So that was,
That's why the margaritas helped.
there we go.
It's like, okay, I have something to help you. Did you give him one before you told him?
I just told him, you know what? I feel bad enough. I don't need to hear anybody else's shit about it. And it happened.
Good.
Yeah, can't change it. There we go. So yeah, he was cool about it.
Very nice.
Oh, you know what? They're also giving away, how many? Is it 6 cruises?
Yep,
Oh,
6
yeah.
cruises. They said.
Yeah, they're
Accessible
doing
Royal Caribbean cruises.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have to do for that particular drawing?
Just fill out a little thingy bop and then be there when they read it out.
Oh, you have to be there when they read it out.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
so.
It
Do you know
says
Anthony?
one drawing with
If you have to be-
2 winners each day in the runway of dreams area. Must be
okay.
present to enter and win. Pick up entry form at registration and drop it off at the Abilities Expo sales booth. Winners announced. So yeah, that's 6 people right there for the Abilities Expo. That's pretty cool.
Right. But I'm hoping
Cool.
they're like, they're just having like Friday people who signed up drawing on Friday, Saturday
Yeah.
people who signed up drawing on, as opposed to if I come on Friday and they, draw me on Saturday, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they do the,
No, I
they
think
do the drawing.
Per day.
per
day.
day from the group that day. So
Yeah.
so if that's the case and you do go every day, re-sign up every day. Don't think that you're signed up for that day.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I would say
That's what I would think.
resubmit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go.
And we're gonna have our famous wall that we've always had, but it's a big it gets a lot of attention, the climbing wall. So Mark Wellman will be there, so anybody can climb up this big rock. They figure it out. They've got it accessible. Just like we always say, it's always about just figuring out a new technique or something, and they'll have devices there to get you up, and you get to ring the bell. I don't know how high is that thing, Julianne? That thing's like what, 40 feet, 30 feet?
30.
It's pretty.
It's either 30
30?
or 35.
It's pretty big.
But
It's pretty tall.
depending on how
That's
high
awesome.
the roof is.
Yeah.
I think Long Beach has a high ceiling, if I remember correctly.
And just so you guys know, Mark Wellman, he's actually pretty famous too because he's right there at that booth where the wall is, and he's climbed Half Dome and he's paralyzed. So it's really cool. That's why when you go to these places like we're talking about, you're going to meet some people and see some. My son loves it because we hope he's always hoping to see Aaron Fotheringham, the guy that does the wheelchair flips, and he shows up. And it's like, he's like famous, and like he's got his own little Hot Wheel. I mean, I have his Hot Wheels somewhere right here.
I love
and then
it.
He's
Yeah.
got he's got his own little remote control car now. That's Aaron Fotheringham. So Aaron is blowing it up, and he's one of our boys. So I was there the first year, and you could talk to Aaron. Dude, he had the ramp right there next to my booth all weekend long. Man, he crashed and crashed and crashed and could not land the flip. And then he landed it like 2 or 3 times. But I mean, no one saw. I mean, I was there all 3 days, and that kid was crashing after crashing after crashing. And I think that just shows us that we all we're going to have obstacles out there. And this kid did not stop. And now, it was so cool. I had a new patient. I remember he just left the hospital that same year that Aaron was doing this flip. And I remember the guy was telling me, he goes, man, there's no way I'm going to be able to learn to do a wheelie and you go off a curb. There's no way. And, I'm like, oh, really? Okay, let me show you something. And then we're looking up at a 40-foot ramp as Aaron just drops down. And I'm like, you will figure out how to jump down a 6-inch
Yeah.
curb.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we have to see things sometimes to go, whoa, we thought we wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to do it. And so, you know,
Did
that's
he
what
have
it's so,
airbags though?
what
Did
was
he
that?
have
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
He just
right.
crashes. That's why
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, because I was
how
hearing
is
there's
Aaron's body do? I mean, there's like if he misses, there can't be an airbag because
wow.
He was,
it would be in
yeah.
his ramp. And so if you
Yeah.
if you've ever watched him do it, which I've seen him do it several times, the
Crazy.
missing, as I just got a cortisone shot in my shoulder, I'm like, yeah, I must see how well you're doing. And
Yeah.
when you've been in a chair 40 years, Aaron. But how long has he been in it now, though? He's been in a while.
Yeah, it's been like
Well, he was
20.
born with spina
Yeah.
bifida, so it's
Yeah,
been,
but I mean, he's been
For
doing
the
this
flip.
for the flip for about 20
Yeah.
years now. I mean, he's still doing it, but any athlete, whether they have a disability or not, is dealing with the, you know, I mean,
Hey,
Lindsey Vaughn is dealing, almost lost her leg. And,
Ooh,
man,
that's
part of being an athlete, and it doesn't change just because they have a disability. I think it just gets magnified a little when you have less limbs that work right.
And as you get older.
And well, yeah, aging is definitely part of that. Learning the tricks and trades, but what you pointed out, there's so many resources at the Abilities Expo in terms of little tricks and hacks that you can use that take less stress on your body. I mean, when we started out, there was no power assisted wheelchairs, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could get lightweight chairs, and even the lightweight chairs back then weren't that lightweight. But now you can get chairs that are super lightweight. You can get power assists. You can. I mean, it makes a huge difference that, if I have shoulder pain, the power system makes such a huge difference that I can set it up higher on a higher level and push more with one hand and then the other and take. And that just wasn't there before. We didn't have those things. There is one thing I wanted to ask, if anybody remembers or if they still make them. Remember the two little plastic things you could attach to the front of your chair, to the little sides, and you could flip them down to put a suitcase on? Do they make those?
Yeah.
I have those. Those are the caddy holders. I have them. I
Do
love
they
them.
still have any more? I can't find them.
Caddy holders. Caddy.
Okay, because I've been looking for them because I
think Living Spinal, I believe, sells them. I believe Sport Aid.
I know. Yeah, but you just can't put in wheelchair thingies that hold shit.
No.
Caddy holders.
That doesn't work.
CADDY.
Yeah, they have changed. I have them on my chairs, and they definitely my propane tank. Heavy things I don't want on my lap. So yeah, little, and those are, what is it, like $40? It's kind of like that $40 is a huge savior, because you don't want to put heavy.
Yeah,
I forgot about them. They really do help.
I don't want to put heavy.
I don't see them anywhere. No? I can't find them.
To do a little.
I've been searching and I just don't know the names.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a tray. There's not the fronty thingies. There's bags when I put caddy. Go find the name, Anthony. I'm looking for it, Anthony, because I want those so bad. I love and that's the place where you find this stuff, and then they make such a difference.
Going up and down every aisle. At the last expo, I found just a little pole with suction cups on either side, but they hold the handheld shower thingy boppy so that it actually is over my head and I can actually shower with two hands. I love it.
Oh, that's pretty cool because you have to shower with one hand.
Yeah, no installation, just and yay.
Cool.
Oh, there's also Angel City Sports will be there again. Do you remember there's usually, as you go in off to the right, it used to be, where able bodies can get into wheelchairs, or wheelchair users can try different wheelchairs and do Aaron Fotherham thing. Stop. Maybe not. Try all this other wheelchair stuff. It's good for wearing out kids.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to wait for the sports festival in April.
Yes.
Quickie Caddy. It's called the Quickie Caddy.
Did you find it?
I did, only because it had Caddy, and I never in my life would have put Quickie Caddy. I had
yeah. Okay, cool.
I mean, I never would have said Caddy, but I see that there's a Quickie Caddy. There might be somebody else that makes it, but that's a Sunrise Medical one.
As long as it works, there you go.
$70. Why is wheelchair crap
Whoa.
so expensive?
Are you kidding me? Oh
Go
my
to
god.
go to Sport Aid. It might be cheaper.
Yeah.
I'll look for it. Now I know the
$10.40.
name of it. I can
Yeah.
go somewhere else and
Put
find it
caddy
because
in.
that's crazy. But
I think
anything you buy for your chair that's designed for the chair is so expensive.
I
That is
think
why
that kind
finding
of makes the expo very disappointing sometimes. It's exciting to see everything that's new, and then you ask, how much is it? And does insurance cover it? And when you get no's and this astronomical cost for it, it's like they just burst your bubble there, and and that's it,
yeah,
which is
I
a
mean I
shame.
think for a lot of the people they have to get it, especially if it's covered by insurance or anything, or if it's considered a medical thing, they have to go through so much hoops and downs that it
Mhm.
makes it hard. Um, but also there are the little vendors that aren't going through those hoops and downs that have some really cool little
Yeah.
hacks and things that you can have.
I've noticed an upswing in sensory stuff, clothing that helps people that are sensorily vulnerable. My favorite was this sweatshirt with a little kangaroo pouch in front, but inside, sewn into the kangaroo pouch, were little fidgets.
Oh, I
Oh,
like that.
She sold out. She made them at home. She sold out immediately.
wow.
Just
Great.
yeah, imaginative. She made it for her kid, and then more
Very
people asked
cool.
about it. The other thing you can do, Michelle, though, and
Hmm.
it's been true for 30 years at least,
Yeah.
go back in terms of price. Go back on Sunday because there'll be so many vendors who
Yeah.
don't want to pack their stuff up and
It,
ship it home.
yeah.
Negotiate. They will
Very
offer you a deal on Sunday
Oh yeah.
cool.
between 12
Yeah,
and
but you know
2.
what? I want to back up. You might want to buy it Friday because they might sell it Friday and say they have to keep it at
Yes.
their booth till Sunday. So you might not
Mm.
get it on Sunday. It might already be sold. So I don't know.
Mm,
I tell people if you're close, if you go and buy it, they might have to keep it there for the weekend. But like I said,
Yeah.
like Julianne's just saying, it got touched 3 times and it's considered a demo. So I've seen
It's
yeah.
that.
people get
Yeah.
40% off like a hand cycle, or a standing
There
frame,
you go.
or
Oh.
all these things that are expensive, like we're
Yeah.
talking about, but they, like
Yeah.
Julianne said, they don't want to ship them back to where they came from because that's going to cost them.
Yeah.
We're going to calculate that. So definitely come with cash, and
Hmm.
you should,
No. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. That's when I get new tires and new tubes and all of that, because it's just cash is easier. Cash is quick. Yeah.
And there's a couple of places doing the free maintenance on the chairs.
Hmm.
Sunrise is doing it. Permobile is doing it, and I don't know if Frogs Legs is still doing it, but we've got the two biggies doing it.
They're almost always there. I don't think I've ever not seen them at the expo.
Yeah, but now they're selling stuff
Yeah. Oh yeah.
instead of just instead of
Yeah.
just doing chairs.
Repairing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they thought working for free for 30 years was
Yeah.
enough.
But another thing to keep in mind, if you do see something that would be really amazing and add to your quality of life. Last month, we were talking about funding sources. So there are a lot of different funding sources available for
Yes.
various types of equipment and products and all of that. So, and some of them will actually be there at the expo. So it's a good time to chat with some of these people. For
In
example, the Kelly Breast
particular,
Foundation is always there. So there may be other foundations that are there
Yeah.
as well.
Cal
Check 'em out.
Able will be there. Cal Able has
Oh,
a workshop
yeah.
because the age limitation just changed. Used to be
Hmm.
you had to be disabled before the age of 26 to be able to have an Able account. Now, as of January 1st, it's the age of 46.
Oh,
So it
okay.
includes a
That's
whole
good.
lot more of us. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they'll be there, and Help Hope Live, I know, will be there, and they're
Good.
Oh,
terrific.
that's good.
Hmm. Sounds
Anthony, you
great.
want to tell everybody a little bit about the business conference that's going on Thursday and Friday?
oh yeah, that's actually a really cool. Thank you, Julianne, for bringing that up because that's actually something that I, I forgot about, and this is actually really cool. The therapists are really loving it. If you're an OT, a PT, ATP, healthcare provider, a reseller, a manufacturer of anything in the industry, you can get 10 hours of what is it, CEU
Mm-hmm.
units. So I guess you have to renew your licenses and stuff. And we have it for like, what is it, like $300, Julianne? Are we running
Uh,
a Are we running a deal for them right
it's
now?
normally $690.
Wow.
Our deal, when you use the code on the card, which my cards that I'm handing out, the code is, guess what? Julianne. Yay! Is yours Anthony?
It looks like
Anyway,
it. Yeah.
it gets down to gets from 690 goes down to 390, and that covers the 2 days. It covers your CEUs and it covers lunches and snacks. I definitely and
That's good.
there's a cocktail reception.
Nice.
So cocktails, lunches, and snacks, not
Oh,
bad
yeah.
for 300
Yeah.
bucks, $400.
Yeah, so just so they all know, Julianne, it'll be March 26th and 27th. So the Thursday and Friday, and that's from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. So they're getting a
Wow.
full day's worth. And the cool thing about it is on that Friday now, at the end of the day, they're going to come to the expo and everything that they're learning about Permobile, all the wheelchairs and all, they're going to see it all live. And they get
Oh,
it. This is everything under one roof. So this is actually a really cool idea to be able to get your certificate hours and then go see it, because I always work way better seeing it hands on, you know. So when they see it hands on, how this all works and what they're we're talking about this. Oh, that's this adjustment. I understand now. When you see it, and then let them try out the chair so they understand what a Roho cushion feels like, or you know, all these different things. And they have six. It looks like they have six guest speakers that are going to be presenting. So I don't.
Help with Live is one of them. So that's cool. Oops, not 391, 319. Thank you very much for checking. That's much better. Okay, $300. So even if you're not an OTPT, tell your caregivers, tell the people in the industry that they need to come, and because not only are they going to get their CEUs, learn a whole bunch of stuff, get free snacks.
Yeah. And if you have to earn those hours anyways, you know, this is a great place, you know, to go. And as Anthony said, you know, you get to check everything out afterwards and you can actually talk to people who use the items there. Very cool. Yeah.
And you know what's cool about this, and I always say bring your family, because they do things. They'll do like face paintings. So they don't. It's not all about handicap. You know, this is about arts, crafts. This is, you know, people. We want to try to do things, and that's what I love about these expos. Is we're trying to find devices like a hand cycle. Maybe if you just got hurt, so you go on a hand cycle, but now you go on a bike ride with your family again. So we're trying to get all these. We're trying to find things out that you can go out and do what you did before, because all of us are going to say, oh, when we got hurt, oh, we can't do this anymore. We can't. You can probably do what you were doing before. You might have to modify it a little bit, and that's why we're there to show you. All of us on this call, I think I've done everything I've ever wanted to do in life, except fly a plane. I still have to fly my own plane, so that's still on my radar list.
You can do that.
And my Jetson, so I already know a Jetson, guys. I'm throwing it out here right now. Jetson, I will be. You guys can Google Jetson 1 after this meeting, and we could get in it ourselves and fly around, and they're already out. My wife won't let me get it yet. Oh, it's like the cartoon Jetson.
I gotta look at it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's Jetson 1. It's gonna be in my garage soon. So
okay.
but that's just.
And your wife will be where?
When she goes scrapbooking, like. When she leaves me, and if she leaves me for 3 days, then something's always comes in the garage.
Oh,
when she's
great.
gone.
I see. The Jetson
all right, cool.
One,
This is actually really cool.
150,000.
Hey, they're coming down just like the Meta. They started at 200. They're coming down. Or there's you could buy one from China for 4,900 if you feel safe in that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I probably feel safe. I mean, the one that are made here is probably made in China. Let's be honest.
Probably. Yeah. And one other thing, you mentioned, you know, that everybody should bring the whole family, because, you know, most people just know what life with a disability is from their parent, from their own lives. You know, they might not go to other events or other things where they get to see other families that are out there and other parents that are out there and all of that. And it's a great way, I think, to, you know, open little eyes, you know, and for the newer people, it's like, you know, I'm not the only one. Wow, there's hundreds of us out there, you know?
I think what a great point, because for families that often, the kids or the people haven't possibly seen it, but families haven't either, and they can sometimes be holding you back, right? You can,
Exactly.
the ones that are treating you and not seeing your independence without realizing, especially you younger folks, that
Yeah.
you can be independent and you can, live and meet people and date, and there are people with kids and getting
All
married
of
and, living their whole lives. And so it opens the family's eyes up too as to what's
Absolutely.
possible, so that they give those folks the opportunity
Mhm.
to see it. And so, yeah, I mean,
I
I
think
think
I
it,
would still be babied if I didn't go to the expo, because
yeah,
my mom and dad saw there's no limitations. But if I didn't go
Yeah.
to an abilities expo or see other people in wheelchairs, my mom would still be making me breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I wouldn't have a
Yeah.
job. So I'm glad that I got to see people working, doing stuff. There is no limitations. All I'm going to
Mhm.
say is this will open up your eyes. And you know
Mhm.
what? What's cool about this is my son is 18 and he's going to come down with his girlfriend, and he was going to be a fireman, but he's actually going to maybe be a PT now.
Mhm.
So it's pretty cool that he's. I don't know if that has anything to do with my situation, but it could.
Yeah.
And it's given him a whole new perspective and maybe a new spot
Mhm.
to even try to help out others. And so I think it's a.
Mhm.
That's why I never would have thought that. My son's been going since he was a baby, so he
yeah,
he
my
only knows,
daughter.
So he met
Yeah.
Aaron when he first did the flip. So it's pretty cool to see my son now becoming an adult and maybe going into this industry. So we don't know what's going to come of this. It's all about networking. I have met so many good friends. I've done all my business deals have been from the Abilities Expo. So
Mhm.
this is definitely a networking resource. And like I said, I have so many friends in chairs that have prospered and made nonprofits or started things. And we're all here to help each other. We're
Mhm.
here to promote every company there because I want them to all succeed. Because guess what? When more companies get involved, the prices come down. So that's the way
Absolutely.
that we can get our prices to come down is
Yeah.
getting more competition out there. So we just got to get the word out there. That's our job now is to tell everybody we know. It's kind of like crunch time.
Yeah.
We got like less than a month now to really deliver, and let's show them. This has been the biggest show of the year in California, and I
Mhm.
know we
Yeah.
popped it up earlier that it is throughout the United States. But let's shine for us Cali people. I know there will be people here from all the different states. Thank you.
Mhm.
So as you guys
Right.
can see, we do it in all the different states: New York, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Orlando, Dallas. And I've
Mhm.
been to a couple of them, but I still love the LA show. And I think us being in Long Beach, you guys will go out the door and you'll see the Queen Mary and water. I don't know. I
Yep.
love our show. Um,
And
and I look forward to seeing you guys there. I'll be there, all 3 days. I'll have my little scooter, and that little scooter that attaches to the front of your chair. Well, now guess what? I've been showing that off the last couple of years. It wasn't covered by insurance. This year, we're hearing that insurances are going to start covering it. So it's about ready to have a billing code. So that's
Great.
going to be a big thing for a lot of people. So I know
Yes.
Quicky's got one. I think Kai, our Key Mobility's got one. So there's going to be this now. It's starting
Yeah.
to now because we started it.
Mhm.
Now they're going to get covered by
Yeah.
insurance. So that's what this is all
And it's
about.
great that there are different options, not everything is one size fits all, as far as, what your needs are. And it's great to see that there's different items out there that they're actually listening to what people's needs are, and they're developing these devices and all of that.
That
And it's just
Kelly is the
cool. I
best.
mean,
awesome.
everybody talks about you and your little speed demon, okay? And
Well, it's funny because my friend Mike Young, bugged me for 7 years. Anthony, you need a scooter. It's going to save your shoulders. And that therapist did too. And I was like, no, man, if you don't push it, you lose it. I'm going to manually do it. Rah, 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 rah. Well,
that's
my shoulders are
it.
starting to hurt. My elbows hurt. So it's so cool because when I use that scooter, I can go out for the day doing my work. And then at
Yeah.
night, I have enough energy to go to the gym or walk my dog. I'm
For
not
sure.
done. So
Yeah.
it's definitely it's a game changer. So I know I put them all down for all those years, and that's why I'm trying to tell the new guys. I want you to preserve what you have, be crazy, and do and go for
Mhm.
everything. But you gotta. I didn't know I was gonna sit for 32 years.
Yeah.
None of us knew how long we'd be sitting, and getting around. I hate to say it, it's only gonna get harder.
Yeah.
You're aging. I have a gut now. You guys can't see me because you only see my head right now, but it doesn't look good down below. you know.
And I bet you never planned to have a full-size van ever, right?
Never. But it's definitely cool. It's definitely saving my transfers. I don't have to go, oh shoot, I got 4 transfers today and that's 6 times. And so it's so cool because now I'm
Yeah.
opposite. I call my wife at work and I go, sweetie, I saved 4 transfer today. So I
Yeah.
saved 4 transfers. I took the scooter from the house and I got lunch and came back. I didn't have to do any
Yeah.
transfers. So it's just so funny. I used to say, oh sweetie, I did 10 transfers in the Hummer today. So it's just so
Yeah.
funny how in time we're gonna change.
Yeah.
So just learn from us old people.
And
Conserve
do
what
it
you can.
early.
You know, if
I agree. Adapt early. Like you want to go out and do crazy marathons and climb mountains, do it. But in your activities of daily living, optimize your strength for the crazy, right? Save your
Absolutely,
shoulders
Courtney.
so that you can go do the crazy. You
Yeah.
can go do those marathons, but just getting up and getting through your day shouldn't be so challenging that you're
Yeah.
damaging yourself for your future or you're not doing the things you love to do. And
Yeah.
when I spoke at a in-home supportive service to the social workers, and I said, just because people can do it doesn't mean they should spend all of their energy getting out of bed and getting dressed, and then they
Doing
can't do
it.
any
And
work. They need the support to get out of bed and get dressed as
yeah.
easily and as quickly as possible so they can go out and raise hell and do
And
the things they
maximize
love.
your, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was
Yeah.
young, when I was young, Anthony, I was in and out of my Mustang, man, and that sucker's low, and you're transferring low and out and throwing my chair in the back,
Mhm.
and oh yeah, it was all well and good until you that balance. And
Mhm.
I love my little Scion, so it's
Yeah.
like a full size van, but it's
Yeah.
small. But I end up driving for my chair, which nobody
Mhm.
thinks is
Yeah.
safe, but it is what it is. But
Yeah.
it really is out there. And Anthony, I saw it back there that says your quad father says you're not a baby because of him. Because remember tennis. And then Clara was saying, Kaylara was saying that her son is studying to be a PT too. My daughter is an ER tech and going into medicine as well, and she's been coming to those expos. So I wonder if it's just being exposed to a different population. But she understands injury. She doesn't baby people. She doesn't come in with a paternalistic attitude. She's kind of can see it for what it is and deal with it. And I think that that's what our kids get. And the people, like going to the expo, like Anthony, you said, you meet people and you see the diversity of bodies and disabilities, and you just can come at it from a realistic, authentic place as opposed to what we're fed through the media and the legislation that is designed to keep us from living fully and fighting for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's why when you can touch and feel the wheelchairs and see them, like the internet is great, but really the best decisions you're going to make is when you get on one yourself and try out that chair, that power chair, get in the vehicle. So that's the beauty of this. This is a live
Yeah.
show. Like you said, live is, I think, still supreme,
Oh, absolutely. You can try it because it looks good in theory, and then you get there and practice. And if you buy it, like I just bought those damn quickie caddies because the sport 8-to-1s were only $10 less, and they just look the same. But like, is it going to fit my chair? Do I know that I have a 3/4 inch tube on my frame?
Exactly.
I don't know. But if I was at the expo and they were selling it, I could go, will this fit on my frame?
Exactly.
I can make it work, or I can send them back. But it's one of those things, like the live and trying it and meeting the people that can't be simulated with any technology. You can read and look and watch videos. It's not the same as getting into that car and going, yeah, no, I don't like this.
And you can ask
really
questions that you want, and they can see your chair and they can kind of, see what kind of adaptations do I need to make so that she fits in that particular van with that chair or that lift or whatever it is that you're using. Or, Anthony, okay, I've got this attachment. Can I get in it with, blah, blah, blah with the attachment? So yeah, it's true. Yeah. Ask all the questions, touch it, try it, that's the only way you're going to know. Absolutely.
We look forward to seeing you guys there March 27th, 28th, 29th. Mark your calendars. You better be there. We'll be looking for you
Absolutely.
guys.
For us. There it is. Case not included. Yeah, that's what I
there
got.
it is.
There it is.
There you go.
I'm telling you, because I've been putting in wheelchair thing that hooks to the front, and it never came up. But I'm doing more traveling, and I never bring my laptop anywhere because I have to stick it in a bag in the back. And I'm like, if I had this now, I just make it because I want it to be strapped on. So I'm trying to think, is there? I mean, I have the lap stacker, but is there like a smaller stacker or something like those? Like,
Under there.
if anybody knows like a little that pulls out and can strap to the other side that holds it on, whatever you're putting on the front, so if you hit a bump, it doesn't pop up.
Yeah. So when I go to the airport, that's what I do is I'll put my bungee cord around my suitcase.
Oh, just a bungee cord is perfect.
So I use the bungee cord right around my frame, and I put it right back in the zipper right there, so it's always right there in the.
Oh, I'm so
there.
glad
So you-
I got to talk to you about it because, like,
Yeah,
I was
simple
thinking
little-
last
get
night,
the
like it's one of the little bungees, and you just
Yep,
pop
tiny
it
one.
right there, and
Cool.
then that's perfect because I kept thinking like I don't want to be wheeling because I wheel everywhere with my power assist
Yep.
to work with my laptop in the front and hitting a bump and it going, but I'm like, oh,
There it goes. Yeah.
perfect. That little bungee cord. See, the brilliant. This is what the community brings. The people that have lived and done this and age in this, just little stuff that when you hear it, it's like, oh, why didn't I think of that? But it's because we live it. We live it, and we're always looking for the hacks. And I just want to shout out to everybody that showed up today. We always appreciate y'all out there.
Yeah.
And thank you, Anthony, for joining us.
Yes, for joining us. Absolutely.
You're very welcome.
We lost Julianne, but I think she's not there. But Bobby, should we do our sponsors?
Woohoo! And just to add to that, kind of, Ellen, those little hacks, sometimes can change your life. And it's just something that you've never kind of thought about, or that idea hasn't popped in your mind. And when somebody else says, it's like you're like, oh yeah, kind of a thing. So it's
I was going through that like in my head last night. It's like a lap stacker would be too big for the front because I already got it under my chair. How the hell am I going to put freaking bungee cord?
There you go.
Brilliant. And so again, it is those conversations and connections that really can enhance and optimize everything. And I am so grateful for all y'all that I've known for forever and all the new folks. And yes, come down to the expo and check it out. Sponsors. We are sponsored by mobility professionals and urology professionals. We appreciate them greatly. They can meet all your mobility needs, all your urology needs, and they've just been incredible to us, and they're always incredible to you.
Absolutely.
Check them out.
And you can also talk to Anthony about that.
Yep, that is. I am with Mobility Professionals. I will be at their booth, so we will have a booth there at the expo. We'd love to see you guys come by, and we will love to talk to you guys.
Thank
you guys.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.